Hey y'all, what's going on? We're back today for another reaction. Today I'm going to be reacting to Lost Season 4, Episode 9, The Shape of Things to Come. If I'm just going off the title, I think that is quite a title to really tell you what we're about to get, which is The Shape of Things to Come. Uh, oh my gosh, last episode was huge. We got the whole backstory of Michael, what happened at the end of season 2 that led into where we are now, how he got onto the boat, all that fun jazz. We also do get the tragic, in my opinion, death of Russo. Love her. I don't think they did enough with her, in my opinion. And I get that it's a show where you have a ton of characters and you can't spend time with every single one of them. But when you do give us some juicy, little, tidbits, things that are interesting, and not much comes out of it. Like, Russo has had her moments, but not enough, I feel. And it's kind of a bummer because she was a great actress, and there's just some mystery and intrigue, and, she's the French woman from season 1. And I know Carl is a glorified red shirt. He's important because of the fact that he's, dating Alex. He's also very attractive. So he really didn't do anything. He was a red shirt. So I kind of figured Carl was definitely going to die at some point. And especially in a way that could propel. He was definitely cannon fodder for Alex. He was definitely a character there to give something to Alex to also, it's gonna really be. I feel like it's gonna be something on her. I feel moving forward, depending on what the situation she is. She announces to the group that is shooting that she is the daughter of Ben. Could these be, because I do remember that there are some people that are missing from the boat right now that they used the helicopter. Could they be on the island? Which would be interesting that they were able to get on there undetected, which is kind of possible because I do think that they showed us them shooting the guns. That was a kind of like a little tip to the hat, kind of like, hey, this scene can kind of come off random, but actually, you're gonna need to know that there are these people who are really good with guns, and you're gonna see this random scene. You're gonna be like, "What?" So that's that. And I'm just super excited to watch this episode. I'm so excited that for some reason I cannot sleep tonight. I'm recording this Saturday night, early Sunday morning, before this goes up on Tuesday, and for some reason I cannot sleep. It's 4 a.m. and no matter what I do, I cannot sleep, and I am just so excited to watch this episode. And I said, you know what? I am awake enough that I can actually record. I'm awake enough that I'm not gonna fall asleep watching, and I'm gonna have a lot of fun and a lot of adrenaline. So this is late night JG, I guess. So I'm cracked. I know this is wild, but um Lost is exciting right now. Lost is, I mean, again, the title says the shape of things to come. I think that's a huge thing. You guys were also telling me about the writer strike. That is also huge. And it's so crazy to look back at these shows where audiences now can experience these shows, um, kind of in the way that maybe the creators had intended. Obviously there are things that are out of their control. For example, the writer strike, actors and actresses who don't want to be a part of it. Things happen to actors, etc. And so now you can kind of watch the story from start to finish. You don't have to have any wait. Really, it's up to you how long you go through the show. And so, wow, I could binge this in a day by myself. I am forever grateful that I'm actually getting to watch this kind of weekly with y'all and really exploring it and getting to know it. And I just know that once I'm done reacting to the show, I don't know what will come next for Lost, but I just know that for somehow, some way, that there will be more Lost content because this show is special. This show, you guys, most of y'all, if not all, that are watching it for the Lost reactions would probably say that Lost is your favorite show, And if Lost is not your favorite show, then it's probably your second or third. But I imagine for many of you, it's your favorite show. And it depending on this next 2 seasons and handful of episodes, I could be in that same boat, which would be huge. Haven't watched The Walking Dead since it started. Haven't watched Supernatural since it had started. You know, gotten really into Doctor Who and such. I don't know. Lost is just... And I think also because of the fact that I am watching it with you guys, it has given me this extra element to it, this extra something to it that, you know, I'm not watching the show by myself like I did for a lot of the other shows. But anyway, I have talked enough. Before we get into the show, first, if you are new, I want to say welcome. If you're watching my videos for the first time, it does mean a lot that you're, you know, taking the time out to watch it. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. That way you don't miss any other videos when it comes to Lost. But I'm also doing Breaking Bad, Stranger Things, Walking Dead, Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, Ring of Power, and yeah, there's more. There's if you have a show that's on right now or a show from the past that you like, there's more than likely something you'll like. Also coming up, I'm going to be getting into probably a regular streaming schedule come November, because I'm taking a trip at the end of October, so don't want to get anything too started before that. So we're looking for November for a regular streaming schedule. Might pop in for a stream or two before. Trying to figure out if I'm going to be doing it on YouTube or on Twitch or both or what. We will see. I will put some messages out there for y'all to kind of get some feelers and such. But yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and see. Let's go ahead and watch and see what happens.
You got a prescription for that?
Yeah. I wrote it myself.
Thinking about the future.
Why aren't they back from the boat yet, Jack?
Saeed said the engine was down.
Who's yelling for help? What is going on? Oh, is that what's his name? Yep. It's Homeboy from the boat.
Do you know who this is?
They're gonna lie.
He was on our boat.
Oh, they're honest.
We're all gonna die.
Calm down, Chicken Little. Sky ain't falling just yet.
That's exactly what he wants. To fight amongst ourselves. You're making a big mistake, dude.
It's his to make, Hugo.
They're playing Risk or something. Yep.
Australia's the key to the whole game.
Says you.
Australia? Oh my, what is going on? Who has her?
Hey, turn this thing off.
They know about it.
Promise you.
Turn the fence off.
Holy crap. They are heavily armed.
Okay.
The phone is ringing.
14J. Code 14J. Code
Who is it?
What does that mean?
I think it's for Ben. Where did you hear that?
The phone rang, I picked it up.
Oh,
a voice
his
kept
face, he
repeating
knows that
code
something's wrong.
14J. They're here.
Oh! Did she, whenever she typed in a code, was there a code that would alert him? So it would unlock it, but it would also alert him. Or when you unlock it, it alert it. Oh! Is this a Ben Up Flash episode? What is that? What is that, a Dharma logo? Why is he in the Sahara Desert? Well, I don't think you're gonna need the coat here.
Snowda.
Oh!
Surrender. Oh, so you do speak English?
One of the most complex characters.
Somebody tripped the panic switch at our security fence. That means one of my people's been captured.
Whatever. Claire's still sleeping. I'll grab her.
There's no time.
I'll make time.
Oh, this is not gonna end well, is it?
He was fine when I last saw him.
Which was when?
When is kind of a relative term.
Remember, time is all different. Timey-wimey, wibbly wobbly.
About this.
How's Sawyer gonna get back in? He's not.
I'd wait till.
Red shirt. Yeah. So we're just gonna basically clear it of all the side characters, aren't we? I swear if Claire dies this episode. Oh wait, Claire can't. Oh wait. Claire can die. Oh my lord. Holy smokes, this episode.
Your name?
I'm actually a preferred guest. It should be under Dean Moriarty.
Dean Moriarty. I love a good fake name.
Today's date is
October 24th, sir.
2005.
Yes, sir. 2005.
So this is after the island then, right? Oh, it's Saeed. So this is after.
I don't even know where the cabin is.
I know. But Hurley does.
What? No. Please be a red shirt. No!
Shirley?
Okay.
Where's Aaron?
Open the front door!
Hugo's gonna do it.
Those people were murdered to make you angry, James.
Yo. Oh my gosh.
You want to talk?
I'm so stressed. Oh. So is this how we're gonna connect the dot from Saeed to Ben? So how is he gonna work for him and why? What leads to... Interesting, is that a target? Oh. There he is.
You spy on me!
I'm here to find the man who murdered your wife.
Oh.
I came across the Syrian border. It's really not as difficult
How
as you
did you
might
get off the island?
have- Your friend Desmond had a boat. You remember the name Charles Widmore, don't you?
Yes.
The man who tried to convince the world that your plane was on the bottom of the ocean? Caught by a traffic camera speeding away from the corner of La Brea and Santa Monica.
Oh. Yeah, he's gonna...
3 blocks from where Nadia was killed.
Once they got him to escort him back to the mainland.
Well, Miles, sounds like you're not going to collect your $3.2 million. Every single one of my people is prepared to die in service to this island.
It's your daughter.
Oh, yep, that changed things. Oh, they knew how to get to him.
My name is Martin Keamy. I'm an employee of Charles Widmore.
It is Keamy.
Charles Widmore. Later.
I'd like you to go look out your...
Is he like right there? That'd be so creepy.
to the left. You see me?
You and I both know that once you have me, there's nothing to stop you from killing everybody else on this island. Martin Christopher Keamy, former First Sergeant, United States Marine Corps, served with distinction from 1996 to 2001. But since then, you've worked with a number of mercenary organizations, specifically in Uganda.
Oh.
So I know exactly what kind of man you are, Mr. Keamy, and we can dispense with the formalities.
Oh, please don't hurt her. He's gonna shoot her.
Get your ass out here right now. Or I'm gonna kill your daughter.
I'd like to present a counter-proposal. Turn around. Walk back to your helicopter. You fly away and forget you ever heard of this island. Alex? I have this under control. Everything's gonna be okay.
You have 10 seconds, Ben.
She's not my daughter.
8.
I stole her as a baby from an insane woman. She's a pawn, nothing more. She means nothing to me. So if you want to kill her, go ahead and do it.
I think the look on his face says that he was lying. That was actually his daughter.
He changed the rules.
What? Who?
I need some answers. Ben? Oh. What is this? I think he's gonna know he's being followed, yeah. Ben, you're gonna get punched.
Walk.
Yeah. Unless he's playing bait.
And I need you to take a message to Mr. Widmore for me.
And
Oh.
what message is that?
That wasn't part of the plan. Well,
That should do it.
I guess Ben did want that.
Mourn your loss. Get on with your life.
I have no life. They took it from me.
Once you let your grief become anger, it will never go away.
I finally found her and I married her. And I buried her yesterday. Benjamin? Who was next?
Well,
I'll be in touch.
this makes sense, and it makes sense why he would start. It really does. I think that's a really good reason.
Damn door!
Excuse me, James.
Excuse you?
You mean towards the guys with guns?
No. We want to be as far away from them as possible.
What is happening? Is Smokey gonna come and beat them up? Oh my gosh, I was right!
Outside now!
It is Smokey! Oh my gosh! I was like, that's the only thing I could think of. I have chills. Oh my gosh, what is that? It's huge! Smokey is huge. What on earth? Is that Jacob? Yo! Gotta go to the tree line. Get out of here.
Go! I have to say goodbye to my daughter, John.
Yeah. So he did lie. Killed 3 side characters. I'd say good side characters. This is the grief he was talking about to Saeed. And we're gonna see the path that he goes on, I assume. It's crazy because then the people on the beach here are not knowing a single clue if any of this is happening. What did he tell Bernard?
What are you sending?
It worked.
They didn't exactly say what happened to the doctor, but friends are fine and the helicopter's coming back in the morning.
It's fake, isn't it?
He's lying. What the message said was, what are you talking about? The doctor is fine.
Military.
You know Morse code.
Were you ever gonna take us off this island?
Nope.
No.
Jack.
Is Jack okay? I don't think Jack's okay. What's happening to Jack? Well, that's clearly Ben. Let's not shoot Ben, please.
You told me you didn't know what the smoke monster was.
You can ask Jacob all about it when we go to the cabin.
Never should have followed you wackos in the first place.
Hugo stays with us.
Oh my gosh.
Chance. Put the guns down. I'll go with Lon.
Hugo!
It's okay, Sawyer.
See, I'm also trying to think about how the 6 come into play because they're all split up.
One hair on his
From a
curly
different-
head.
It's
Go,
interesting because these are the only 3 that I'm aware that have come across the cabin in some way, shape, or form.
Thank you.
London, England. Getting quite around, traveling a bit.
No need, sir. Good night, sir.
He was about to beat someone if he had to. Ooh, is this Wartimer?
Wake up, Charles.
Oh my
I wondered
god.
when you were going to show up. Have you come here to kill me, Benjamin?
We both know I can't do that.
Oh?
Then why are you here?
I'm here, Charles, because you murdered my daughter.
When we both know very well I didn't murder her at all. You did.
No, that's not true.
And have the audacity to pretend that you're the victim?
His voice, the voices are so good.
I know that everything you have you took from me. Why are you here?
Murder.
I'm here, Charles, to tell you that I'm going to kill your daughter. Penelope, is it? Once she's dead, then you'll understand how I feel.
Ben. Nope.
And you'll wish you hadn't changed the rules.
Oh. He's talking about him, about the rules. What are the rules?
You'll never find her. That island's mine, Benjamin. It always was. It will be again.
But you'll never find it.
It's like 2 chess masters. I think they've set the board for what's to come for the next bit, you know, whether it's the rest of the show, the rest of the season. this is where we're moving towards. We're moving this big showdown between Ben and Charles. Charles is after the island. Ben is after Penelope, which that is so brilliant because I do feel like we've been slowly be given like things to kind of like Ben, to maybe not that we trust Ben, but like we kind of see Ben as like the good guy, kind of like there's always that seed where you're like, okay, Ben is probably the bad guy. Ben is probably the overarching villain of this whole show right now. And even though Ben has an enemy, even though Ben has an enemy who's someone who's even more evil than Ben, that doesn't mean that Ben is not evil. That does not mean that Ben is not a bad person. It just means that there's someone that's even more evil than him. And so, oh my gosh, this is crazy. But then it's also from the perspective of Ben, though. Like, do we know that? Well, I guess Charles is, because the fact that he faked the whole plane crash. Like, why on earth would you do that? Like, that is even just crazy. And all the dumping the bodies in the trench. But to put that emotional stake for the audience, I think I would imagine a character that, even though we've not seen, I would argue not a ton. She's come up at this point maybe 4 or 5 episodes, give or take. It's still a character that is so deeply important in this show, so deeply important to Desmond, who I can assume is definitely a favorite of the characters. Like, this could really escalate the stakes, because especially if we know it, we're still need one more of the 6. If we're not including Aaron in the 6, we have Hurley, Jack, Kate, San, and Saeed, and we have one more left. If you make that final one Desmond, which I think could be a huge candidate because of the fact that he's kind of fan favorite, he's important to the story, he has all the crazy things going on with him, and you definitely could tell like a lot of the plot progresses with Desmond, and then to have him in the flash forwards in the future of he survived, he's one of the 6, and you know that Ben is after his fiance, but what if they got married? Like, what if now he came back from the island, they actually met, they actually found each other, and they got married? But then, because then you even then add on the complication that Saeed is working for Ben, and then you would have the complication that Saeed and Desmond, which, oh my gosh, they're literally on the boat together. If this is where it's going, oh my gosh. Bro, that's just one element of this episode. Let's also not forget and talk about here. Let's talk about the doctor. So we see the doctor. He kind of looks kind of rough. It kind of looks like there's a neck cut, maybe. And then there's marks on his face, it looks like, possibly. You would have to look at that. But then they eventually do the whole Morse code thing. He lies about it, which, no surprise. But he knows that Bernard, because Bernard has military experience, if I'm correct, and Bernard's able to translate, and it's like, yeah, no, the doctor's fine. What are you talking about? What does that mean? But they also know that there's like this cabin fever, weird illness, things that people are walking off. What does that mean? Then we get all the Kimi was his name, and his men are the ones they actually killed Alex, and Alex was his daughter. He was lying as a tactic. Makes sense. Dang, that's a bummer. They basically killed off all the red shirts too, at least out there. So like you probably still have some red shirts on the beach, but not many. So definitely thinning out the crowd. Like if we're supposed to get down to just 6, or that get down to very few and some stay on the island and 6 leave, we're getting there very quickly, and so surprised and overwhelmed, and oh my goodness, very proud of myself. Very good prediction seconds before it happened. He goes away, does something, which is like, what are you doing, Ben? He comes back, he says we need to get away, like go. And like the only thing that I could just think of is like it's Smokey. We haven't seen Smokey in a while, and definitely looked like the largest and most violent we've seen Smokey. So if we really know that Ben has definitely some control and some say with it, or if not that, then the island itself, which then has controls that. We still don't got answers about that though. But he did say that when we get to Jacob that Locke can answer, because Locke's like, you lied to me about that. Like I asked, and which we can go back a couple episodes ago towards the beginning of the season when he's like holding him up and he's like, what about the smoke monster? He's like, man, oh my gosh, so overwhelming, so good. Really thought we were gonna lose Claire this episode because of the fact that she's not in the flash forward and that Aaron's with Kate. So Claire's dying soon, unfortunately. I'm curious if we'll also find out at some point who was in the coffin in the beginning of, I think it was episode 1 of the season. Maybe it was 1. I don't remember. It was towards the beginning of the season, I think. I think it was 1. Anywho, was there anything else important that I missed? Because there was so much. The whole, they're going to go see Jacob. Hurley has to be the one to find, which is interesting. Sawyer's not buying any of this. And again, I think it is also, I did say this during the reaction, it's interesting that the people who have seen the cabin so far are the ones that are going. So, can the other ones not see it? I want to know about Jacob. Jacob seems to be very important as well. But overall, this was such a good episode, and I do think that if this came back after the writer's strike and this was like the episode to bring the audience back in, give people maybe more hope about the show, I do think that maybe while the death of Alex was kind of like, Alex is a weird character because I feel like Alex is like one of those characters that really wasn't like super important, but I could tell that she probably had some fans and people kind of liked her a little bit. Maybe not as much as her mom as Rousseau, but I could see that maybe turned people off. But the fact that this had so much and it set up the stakes, it set up like what I would call the King Masters, the chess masters, that they're gonna be playing this giant game of chess, trying to beat the other, and it's gonna be a race who can complete it. Um, it's just so crazy to see two very extremely powerful men there, and they're both kind of vulnerable because like he's literally in his bed. Ben can kill him so easily, and then as Ben's walking away, he could kill Ben. So it's just crazy. Also, Ben said that he got there by boat and everything, which was a lie because it looked like he literally woke up in the desert. I want to know, he was also wearing a Dharma suit, and it had a unique logo that I don't think I recognized. So that was also interesting. I wonder if that's a temple maybe logo, because we've now have been mentioned. Oh wait, in last episode or the episode before, when Ben gives them the map, we actually see a logo. So I could probably compare the two. And if it's not, then it's another station that's out there. Oh, it'd be really cool too, is at this point to see like what the map that we saw back in season 2, I think. The infrared map. If we could see what's missing, what we haven't found so far, that could be cool. I haven't even thought about that in a hot minute. Oh my gosh. Guys, I could keep talking about this episode for a while. This was obviously something fantastic, and the show is incredible and I love it. But I want to hear what you guys are thinking about this specific episode. Let's talk about it down in the comments down below. Love the interaction with you guys. It always makes it super special. And with that, here are some other videos of mine you might enjoy as well, and have a good rest of your day.